Hello, everyone. How are we keeping this Saturday evening? Hope all is well. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far, and hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday, of course. I know we are a few minutes early, we're about 3 minutes early, I suppose. It's not that bad. Hopefully that's not too loud. I know we're always kind of out early. Last week we were late, actually. This Wednesday we were over late by 3 minutes, so I suppose it makes up for them 3 minutes. So yeah, not too much to discuss. A bit to discuss tonight. Not overly too much, as I say. But a bit nonetheless. The usual routine. We give it about 10 minutes and then we get stuck into it. Hopefully, all works out well. Hopefully, notifications and stuff goes out. Because sometimes YouTube would like to work and sometimes it doesn't want to work. So it's kind of 50-50 if it ever wants to work. So it's kind of when it wants to work. Kind of, what does this yoke? What is this? Sorry. Yeah. But yeah. excuse me. Sorry, apologies. Hello, Brian. Good evening. Sorry. I don't know whether like a bit of phlegm or something. I can't control that. Hope we're well, Brian. I hope I'm having a good weekend so far. Let me see. Just sorry, I always have to move things because I'm always fucking leaving stuff everywhere on my computer. Always so many articles and stuff I'm reading. Like when I'm sitting here and stuff, I'm going through different things before I go live, etc. Like for the last few minutes there, I was just going through stories, basically from Ireland, from all across the world, etc. Just looking into what's happening, reading through all these articles, which is nice. It goes back to the days of school, just constantly reading. But yeah, so I have 100 million things open my screen. Well, not 100 million things, but a good lot of stuff. Hopefully that isn't too loud. But yeah. So yeah, the one thing I say just before we get started, it's 104 years to the day, basically. In August 1922, when Michael Collins was shot in Bain-le-Blas in County Cork. It's 104 years, would you believe? It's hard to believe, but it is 104 years. So yeah, it's crazy to believe. So the anniversary thing is tomorrow. I don't know who's speaking tomorrow. It'll be in the Bain-le-Blas. I presume it'll be the Taoiseach and maybe the Taoiseach, so God help us all. Michael Collins would turn his grave if he had them yokes at the graveside in Bain-le-Blas. To go and give a few remarks. Like, imagine having Micheál Martin and Simon Harris turn up to give remarks. Like poor Michael Collins, I say he's turning his grave. To see them snakes turn up to say about a backwards looking at your sovereignty. I'm sure people remember a few years ago. I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago, maybe not last year, it was the year before that, maybe. Micheál Martin was speaking there in Bain-le-Blas in County Cork when Michael Collins was shot. And somebody played the clip like on a stereo or something. We want nothing to do with the backwards looking at your sovereignty. Now, obviously, it probably isn't the place, whatever, but any other time to shout at Micheál Martin. It probably isn't the place to come along and shout at Micheál Martin at that spot, whatever, but on the street and stuff. But I don't think it's appropriate to do at literally the graveside. Well, not the graveside, but the area that we shot. But Michael Collins would despise Micheál Martin and would despise Simon House, would despise the whole lot of them. Oh, great, isn't it lovely? It's always somebody's birthday somehow. But he would despise them. I think everybody knows that he absolutely would despise them. He would, particularly Micheál Martin, he would absolutely hate Micheál Martin with a passion. Particularly with a backwards looking at the old sovereignty. Michael Collins, I think, was very fond of the old sovereignty. Because even in the Anglo-Irish Agreement, etc., he pushed very hard for the British government, etc., for financial sovereignty in terms of Ireland's finances, etc. He pushed very hard for that Westminster would have very little say, etc., in its own currency, etc., in Ireland. He pushed very hard for them things and for the reforms and stuff. So I don't know would he be too fond of Micheál Martin coming along saying the backwards looking at your sovereignty. We want nothing to do with the backwards looking at your sovereignty, so I don't know about that one, Chief. Because I had to remember to Michael Collins when he was younger too, before he was the commander-in-chief of the National Army, etc., the Irish Free State, the Civil War, etc. was in the GPO during the 1916 Rising and stuff. So he risked his life for Irish independence, etc. So I don't know about that one, Chief, that he would be very happy with me, Hamar, when he's backwards looking at your sovereignty. I don't know about that one. Hello, Shamrock. How are we keeping? Hope you're having a good weekend. But yeah. Oh, Jesus. Well, Brian seems to be a big fan of us, so you're probably ruined his day by then. But yeah. But yeah, no, it's a tower. It's 104 years. It doesn't feel. It probably shouldn't. It doesn't feel like 104 years. It feels longer, to be totally honest with you. It feels like it's nearly 200 years ago in the past. Like, it's a tower how much Ireland has changed in 140 years, etc. Like, imagine somebody in the 50s or the 60s coming along now in the 1950s and the 60s. Sean Lamass, etc. The Taoiseach. Another fellow that was in the the 1916 Rising, Sean Lamass. Imagine coming along and Sean Lamass saying about, we want nothing to do with the backwards looking at your sovereignty, and even at that too. Imagine saying that in the 50s and 60s, you wouldn't last very long, basically. Even the 70s and 80s in this country wouldn't last very long. Coming out with that kind of statement as the Taoiseach, or even as any ordinary citizen, you would be, you would end up in the grave, to be totally honest, because let's be fair, nobody would listen to that years ago. Nobody would listen to that kind of gallop, because so many people would have fought in the War of Independence. They would have still been alive, etc. And of course, with the troubles in Northern Ireland, etc. What was the whole point of the troubles in Northern Ireland if it was not for Irish sovereignty, too? So, I don't know what people listen to that kind of carry on. But yeah, he was only 31. Yeah, he was only 31. He'd done a lot in only a few years on the earth, yes. Yeah, 31. Yes, but 32 kept. He's just one off. But yeah, definitely one of the greatest Irish men in history. Like, there's no doubt about it. Unfortunately, Fine Gael, Simon Howes, etc., says, "Oh, we're the party of Michael Collins." Not to say that Michael Collins would absolutely despise Fine Gael. He would absolutely despise me. He would despise Fianna Fáil. He would despise Sinn Féin. He would despise the whole fucking lot of them. Like, he would absolutely hate the whole fucking lot of them. Because none of them would give a shit about Ireland. Let's be honest. Because if they did, they would be fighting for every inch of Irish independence and sovereignty. But they don't want it backwards looking at your sovereignty. Bono would probably win it. There's other people. Like, I suppose there's more wars of people than you could say that. I don't know. There's so many politicians. I could tell you who's the worst. But I don't know. Many people would say probably Bono, yes. But I would think a lot of politicians. I don't like any of the politicians. I think that goes every politician nowadays is the worst. Good evening. I think I said good evening to you. How are we keeping? Sorry, a bit yapping. Lots of yapping. But yeah. Yeah, well, some people would say Bono. I thought people said that before. But the worst Irish person, they would say I did hear 2 or 3 people once before when that question was asked, say Bono. But I suppose I don't know. A lot of people would say politicians. I heard people say Charlie Haughey before and stuff. Of course. Well, did you not see my statement literally the other day? Well, there's some detail. There's not much detail, but I'm pretty much just waiting until near enough the time to say much. But there's a bit of stuff in there based on that statement. But I don't know if you've seen that, but it's not much. But it's only kind of the bare bones at the moment. But yeah, there'll be more out eventually. Yeah, no, I think some people got confused. See, I was trying to say that I've left the civil service, no longer the civil service anymore. I'm retired. There's a video, Jason. So we'll have a look at that, Brian, because it kind of goes through a bit. It's not overly too much. It probably should be longer. But no, just regarding Shamrock, because a few people were confused about that. And I probably should have... I don't know what I was trying to do in that bit, particularly. I was trying to say that I would be back at some point, mainly as a councillor, hopefully. Because there's no doubt about it that, we're going for the councillor. We're going to go for the next election. There's no doubt about that one, unless they shoot me. But there's no doubt about that one that I'm going for it anyway. At this stage, I'm going to be all in. But No, I'm not moving from Cavan. I'm here for the moment. There's no intention at the moment to go anywhere. I'm no longer a civil servant. That is correct. That bit is correct. But yeah, I think some people are confused with that. But no, I'm staying here for the moment. Even though there was a few, as I said, there was 3 times I was asked to go and study in Finland. I didn't accept that, mainly because it would be the European Union paying for me. And I didn't want that. I didn't think it was appropriate for me to be going over and taking money off the Finnish government either to study, especially when Finnish people can't even afford to pay the rent. It's not that fair on them. But that was back. That's not recent time. That's the last few months that's been talked about. But no, that's not going to go ahead or anything. I never accept it. I won't accept it. So I'm here. I'm staying here for the time being, for the next while anyway. Yeah, that's what happened. Not foreseeable future, I would say, because there's no plans at all to go anywhere. So yeah, unless they shoot me, then I might have to go to the graveyard. It's more that the country's in the mess. It's more that the unemployment, the debt is spiraling out of control. It's all that. Except from you, oh Jesus, I'm doing good. But no, it's more that there's no jobs for people. Yeah, there was English courses. Yes, there was offered English courses. Yeah, there was English courses offered, different things, etc. There was other stuff offered too, in terms of that, etc. But I can't really go into detail on some of the stuff. But there was a few things talked about, particularly with regards to that. But I said no. I said no. So, and that's before even I left the civil service. It's not last week, the week before. It's last one was about 2 months ago. They approached me with an offer, etc. And I said no. I could have went. I could have went if I wanted to, but I'm still here. But so finish early, yes. Yes, of course. Still trying to recover from Santa Maria, yes. No, I'm not saying no, not the mess left by Santa. I'm still trying to recover from Santa Maria, yes. That bit. Hello, Dublin, good evening. But no, of course not. Santa didn't cause this. Is the current government. And I suppose Finland has never recovered. It didn't really recover after 2008, the financial crash, etc. So it's not really Santa's fault in that regard. Like the current Finnish government have increased unemployment by must be 70% at this stage. Like it's gone tenfold. Like it's gone more than tenfold, 50% more. Unemployment has gone through the roof. Basically, it's the highest in Europe. So I don't know how they achieved that in a few years. But the same with bankruptcies, etc. So it's the current Finnish government that's caused all this mess. But yeah, no, it wasn't Santa's fault. No, not at all. Like the statistics show and stuff, that the current Finnish government is just a mess. There's no jobs at all. I think last month there was only 100 and something jobs in the whole country of Finland created. I think it was only 120 something like that in all of Finland. 127. 25, I think it was 125 in all the country of Finland. In a month, that's all the jobs that were created in the country. In Ireland, just to say, I think it's nearly 5,000 or something like that. It doesn't feel like it, but it's about 5,000 or something jobs created here a month, mainly for shitty labour, etc. But they're being created. And in Finland, there's no jobs. People are losing their jobs more than jobs being created. It's a bit different here. But no, that's not happening. So yeah, no, just because I do think it was very vague in that bit. I should have probably been more precise, Shamrock, in terms of what I was saying, because it was a very long. It was a long enough statement. It was supposed to be longer. The original draft of it was supposed to be far longer, etc. But it would have bored people to hell. But no, I do recommend buying if you haven't seen it. Do have a look at it, because it kind of tells you a bit more. It doesn't tell you too much, but it tells you a bit. Reminds me of Leitrim. Jesus, Leitrim. Them Leitrim people. Those Leitrim people. Always up to no good. Where is Leitrim? Yeah, that's a good point. Nobody ever seen Leitrim. Leitrim doesn't exist. I look on the map, it's not there, so I don't know. I think people just seen it in imagination. Yeah, it's a bit chilly out. But yeah, it's not too bad, but it's nippy, but it's not bad. So they say. But sure, who knows? These Leitrim people, they make up accusations now and again. Yes, it's only 32,000 people. They include the sheep in that too. So, yeah, it's the most densely populated county in all of Ireland. Yes, there's no other place that's so desolate. Allegedly, of course, the Leitrim doesn't exist. So, Mary, I hate these YouTube ads. Hello, Annie. I think Ali. How are you keeping? Sorry, I hope I pronounced that right. Hope all is good. Cloudy John Leary. It's a bit sunny here, as you can see behind me. It's sunny. The sun's actually out, so that's a change. Usually it's sunny in Dublin, and usually it's raining in Cavan. Up in Cavan, may I say that. Oh, pressing one button. Sorry, apologies. Give me 1 moment. Hitting everything but the thing I want to hit. Yeah, September's coming up very soon. Not next week, it's the week after that. Yes, no, not this week coming. It is the week after, so not this Tuesday coming, the next Tuesday is the 1st of September. So you're a bit ahead of yourself. Hello, Greenface. How are you keeping? You're late, yes. You're how many minutes late? 16 minutes late. What time do you call this? But I know you're fine. Don't worry. There's no need to say you're late. Hello, Aaron. How are we keeping? See, I'm getting a lot of abuse the last few days. Everybody's calling me a mean Cavan person. I'm getting many things thrown at me for being very mean. But yeah. Yes, time flies indeed. 2:50 probably. Wednesday? This Wednesday coming up, probably, yes. Hopefully all going well, of course. Yeah, it's Leitrim propaganda indeed. You'd be so without Jesus. Up Leitrim, oh Jesus. Be the holy love of Jesus. So I probably should get started on some other stuff because I've been kind of yapping here for the last few minutes. But yeah. So yeah, first of all, I'm sure everybody knows now I'm retired. What I mean by retired? I'm retired from the civil service. I'm no longer a civil servant. I'm finally free from the chains of slavery. I don't know what you would say. The civil service, so that's great. So yeah, I have a statement up about that. So what? Yeah, I don't know how else to put it, but I'm finally free from that. So but yeah, so yeah, as I say, I have a community post about it. Basically just saying it, but yeah, just to let people know stuff. It's January. Jeez, everybody's leaving the civil office. But I suppose other people leaving different things. Like I knew 2 other people who left. They were higher up than me and stuff in the offices, and they went on to government departments. Like they left the local authority to go to up to Dublin for a higher authority, Department of Communications and stuff. They left for. The 2 of them left for the same Department of Communications, so they're just sitting in Dublin doing nothing on big money. So like they're literally on a huge amount of money to do nothing. So it's great for some, isn't it? But again, these 2 people would basically agree with whatever the government tells them to do. So but yeah, after 26 years, I can't complain. I'm only 4 years, so 4 and a bit years, yes. Yeah, you were saying about my tea bags. Hello, J03. How are we keeping? Hope all's well. Hope we're having a good weekend. Hope all is good. But yeah. Yeah, they always speak German for some reason. I don't know. Aaron only always speaks German, and Fiona always speaks German. So I don't know where all these Germans are coming from. Where are these Germans coming from? Oh, Jesus. It's like that episode in Faulty Towers. But yeah, so what is this? But I was going to say something. What was it? Oh yeah, about the crash in England. I don't know if anybody heard. Let me just put this down. Uh, yeah, I presume she's okay. I haven't heard anything, so I presume she's fine. I seen her posts and stuff. But, she's been posting the last few days, so I think she's fine. She'll probably be in here in a while. Yeah, I don't remember the war. But yeah, so there's a bad accident in some part of England. So it's the same thing what happened basically here. Now we don't know what the cause basically of it was. So a car was going in the wrong way of traffic, the same as here, and it hit a police car and it killed the two officers inside. And I think there was 5 people in the other car. So it's the same thing as what happened in Ireland here, only for it wasn't the police car. No, it's in some part of England. It's not in Scotland, as far as I know. It's where was it? Cleveland, England, some part. I'm not sure whereabouts that is, but I just seen it today earlier on. It's the same thing, basically, what happened here a week ago. Yeah, 2 armed support unit officers. Yeah, like 2 armed support units. I don't know. Yeah, I think somewhere there. You're probably right, Joe. Yes, I'm not too familiar, but I kind of know where they were saying. I think it was around that area. Yes. There's no need to apologize. What are you saying? Yeah, there's no need to apologize. We all can. I see. I'm not that familiar with the maps of England and stuff. I just kind of seen it in passing and stuff because it's the same thing. What happened just basically a few days ago here, but apart from the police who were after this cow. Oh, you in the Edinburgh area? Okay. You would probably have better than me. Yeah. But yeah, so the car was going basically in the wrong side of the road. The same with what happened here, just in Kildare the other day. And would head on to the police car and kill the 2 officers inside and killed 5 other people in the other car. So it seems like probably was because the police were after this car already. So I presume it was some social, as you say, Shamrock, so some social media, or maybe the police were after them. They're trying to get away from the police. That's what they were saying. They were trying to get away from the police. So I don't know. We have to see, but it's sad to see. The thing happened in Kildare, and now it's happening in England. And then the week before that, you remember there was something in Dublin Finglas, where there was a cow on the wrong side of the road. Thankfully, nobody was killed in that incident, but there's very little left. The 2 gals are dead. Yes, they're dead. And the same with the 5 people in the car. They're all dead. Everybody's dead in that crash. Now, to do with just Kildare, and we're just talking about the cow and Kildare, there's still the 3 women are still fighting for their lives at the moment. Yeah, it's just it's stupid. It's a stupid thing, or Jo. It's just a stupid thing at all to do. It's something like people who do this. It's just brain dead, to be totally honest. I was going to say, yeah. So the 3 women in Kildare are still alive. They're still fighting for their life. The child is still fighting for their life in Kildare here. What happened the other day? So hopefully, please God, they make it through. But of course, it's the dreadful stuff. No, not at all. But it's dreadful. It really is dreadful. But yeah, no, it's just to say to people, if anybody knows anybody who does this kind of things, or don't let them do it, or try and stop them from doing it, because it's deadly. It's deadly. They're taking their own lives into their hands and other people's lives, innocent people too. Yeah, that's big, huge GoFundMe. Yeah, it's good to see. 600,000. It's good to see because the other people who were in the crash, I seen their funerals, etc. Everybody has the right to have the funeral way, but it's a golden casket and stuff. Like it's it's wonder where the money comes from. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like 2 of the children were in the care of TUSLA, the Child and Family Protection Agency, JO. In this crash in Kildare that we're talking about, they were in the state's care. They were in the care of the state, the Irish state, because they were under 18. So they were in the care of the Irish state. So you wonder what the other parents were doing, but them questions will never be asked. But the state is responsible because these people were always in trouble with the law. All their lives they seem to be in trouble with the law, and some were guards. And they were always let off with it, basically. And unfortunately, we've come to this because the state wouldn't deal with these people and lock them up. They should have been probably locked up for a long time because they caused so much trouble before. This is not the first time they've been, done this kind of thing. We're not done this specific thing, but other stuff they've been in trouble before. But I suppose they're dead now, so there's no putting them in prison or anything. But they did nearly bring 3 other people with them. 4 other people, sorry, excuse me. So yeah, it's dreadful stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous stuff too. Because all this senseless. It's all senseless. That's what I'm trying to say. Nobody gets anything out of it. Like that's what I'm trying. Nobody has any. What's the benefit for anybody? People are dead. People are fighting for their lives. It's senseless. It's absolutely senseless. Yeah, from leaving his county in Limerick. So excuse me, Limerick. So he wasn't even supposed to be in Carlow at all. He was, yeah, he should have been said. I don't know what specifically was. He was obviously banned from leaving his own county, etc. But he should have been probably sent home. But I suppose he's dead now. There's nothing really anybody can do about him. But yeah, no, it's a dreadful thing. No, it's a dreadful thing. The whole lot of it is dreadful. But yeah, so we see, hopefully the women pull through, the 3 sisters and the young child. Hopefully, please God, they make a full recovery. But it's going to take a long time. It's dreadful stuff. Yeah, like Rob and Castle were doing other stuff too, like other things along that, and it's not just that. There's other stuff. So they're always in trouble with the police somewhere, and with the Gardish and the column. But yeah, no, it's dreadful stuff now. It is really, really dreadful. So yeah, that's what I wanted to first talk about, just because unfortunately, going by what I've seen in England today, that it's something that's going to become very common, unfortunately, in Ireland and across the Western world. But it's just totally senseless. And the other thing that came out from the Irish Times, the Irish Slimes, no Garda helicopter was available to pursue the M9 crash suspects beforehand, due to there was no pilot. So basically, the state didn't have any pilots, and the same with the Air Corps. They couldn't get anybody basically to fly the helicopter. So there you go. Yeah, the Spike Island's a museum nowadays, so they can't send them there. Yeah. There's the Spike Island thing, yeah, but this is the old prison, like in Cork, beside the Harpole Naval Base there. But no, I just want to show you this. This is from Simon Harris's Facebook. He's saying about how great Michael Collins was, etc. Of course, Michael Collins would absolutely despise this fellow. And of course, he's limited the comments. Nobody can comment. And the reason why, because look at the top comment. He would be ashamed of you. So unfortunately, Simon Harris is not a friend of free speech. Because let's be fair, everybody in the comment section would be absolutely just tear him a new one in terms of that. So yeah. Yes, no prison, yes. Just off the like in Cork Harbour and stuff. I have to get down to that at some stage. To have a look around. Because it's a museum now. Yeah, like, but it's not even the Gardaí I blame. The Gardaí catch them. But then the go in front of the judge lets them off with it. That's what happens. So it's the fucking judges to blame in a lot of cases. Yeah, it's like arms, but of course it's not like Alcatraz was in a very dangerous waters, etc. This is kind of a harbour and stuff. Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. There's actually a lot of Polish people actually leaving to go home. Just actually, when you speak of that, because there's a few Polish people from Cavan and stuff. Just recently enough, I think it was maybe about 12 of them moved back to Poland, because Poland's economy is actually doing quite well. They're actually doing quite well in Poland. They're the 6th biggest economy now in Europe, Poland. So they're doing very well, it looks like. So there's a lot of jobs and stuff being created in Poland. Yeah, we did it in the 2000s and stuff. A lot of Polish people came here in the 2000s and stuff. But a lot of them are going back. You'd be surprised how a lot of them are going back to Poland. because the economy is actually doing well over there. It's actually doing well. Now, I just want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein for the moment, and that's to do with Peter Mandelson, the former UK ambassador to the United States. The police are not going to charge him. Of course, nobody from the Epstein files is ever going to face any prison or any going to face any consequences. And I think this is the saddest thing. We have Donald Trump, the president of the United States, who said that he will release all the Epstein files, release the whole everything that the US government knows about Epstein and who was associated with it, etc. Now we have the UK police in England saying that they do not have enough evidence to prosecute them, Peter Mandelson in particular, because the US authorities won't hand over information on what happened with Epstein and Mandelson, etc. So, and I think it's absolutely criminal what was done to young women. And the fact of the matter, we have no one. Where's the fan of Batchick? Where's all these people that are supposed to be for women, to protect women, etc.? They're all silent. Like, where's the fan of Batchick? Where is Holly Collins? I know Holly Collins is a child in the way, but where are they? Where are they at the moment? Because let's be fair, so many girls were abused by the rich and powerful. People like Peter Mandelson, people like Jeffrey Epstein, other people, big billionaires, rich and famous, people that are untouchable. And there's crickets from from Ivana Batchick, from other politicians here. And especially that we know Jeffrey Epstein's playing Chemtrail many times, and Ireland's mentioned 1,300 times just in the files that we know about. And of course, that there's many Irish people involved in Jeffrey Epstein, the rich and powerful. And then we have obviously things from Jeffrey Epstein survivors too, saying that they were trafficked to rich politicians here in this country. That has never been investigated. And the reason, and the other thing too, there's been documents relating to when the plane turned up in this country, who was on board, etc., mysteriously disappeared, nowhere to be found. And there's never been any explanation of how this all happened. But of course, it stinks to high heavens. That's the simply thing. It just stinks to high heavens, and everybody can see it. That this is a cover for the rich and famous and the rich and powerful, and it's absolutely disgraceful. And especially that we have Donald Trump, etc., the president of the United States, that has the power to release everything to get all these people in prison or face the executioner. To be sure, that's the majority should be probably going to face the executioner for their crimes. Because what they did to so many young women, it's just reading. I just read through some more of it today from another survivor of Jeffrey Epstein's. And she was saying about rich people, very powerful rich people who have, like, the law is just an obstacle to them, that's what I'm trying to say. And these are people that are very rich and very powerful. And these are people who have a good say in our societies, who are still in society and stuff. They shouldn't be in society. And these people, these victims have just been left to the side of the road. It's just absolutely disgusting. And Donald Trump has the power to release all this. And it's the same with Scam Bondi. She's not there now, but Scam Bondi let all these people go too. It's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. I think it's the biggest disgrace in the Western world in the last few years that these rich and powerful people, to the elites of society, were allowed to do this to young women, etc., and got off scot-free. It's disgraceful. Oh yeah, of course, the grooming gangs, but these are the rich and powerful. These are the people that govern us. These are the people, as it was said by this Epstein survivor, these are people that were high up in Irish society. 3 people that were high up in Irish society. 3 politicians that were very high up in Irish society. These are the people who are telling us what to do, etc. The grooming gangs too is another thing too, but they're not like the people in power. These are not the people like abusing their power. But the grooming gangs is a different thing, because the people in power basically let it happen because they were too afraid to be called racist. In this case, it's the people in power that were doing it, if that makes any sense. Which still isn't right, don't get me wrong, the grooming gangs and stuff. That's because they were too afraid to be called racist, the police, etc. Yeah, he's a main character, and it's clear he's staying to protect his friends, etc. That's what it's all about. Yeah, but there's not as many Polish people coming here as there used to be. Yeah, no bother, Shamrock. Yeah, no bother. But no, I think it's disgusting. And the same with Prince Andrew. Like, even though he's lost his royal title, etc. What is Andrew? I'm not going to call him Andrew. I'm not going to give him the title of Prince. I think he deserves to be the title of prisoner. To be told into more than a prince. It's disgusting how he's not in prison, how he's not working in the prison cell. It's the same with Mandelson. He should be wanting to in a prison cell. But if Anna Batchik, she's all for women's rights, etc., protecting women and etc. But these are rich and powerful people. That basically the law doesn't apply to them. That's just a simple thing. And she's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Like it's the same with all the stuff related to Ireland, the Epstein files. There's been never any push to get what the Irish government knows, and of course the Irish government must know something. Like somewhere they must know something. They're hardly that incompetent in Garda Síochána. They didn't know something was going on with Epstein when he was here in Ireland, etc. When he done these things, where did these records go off the plane? Who was on the plane, etc. Why did they just mysteriously disappear? Nothing was ever questioned. Vanna Batch never asked these questions. And there's other questions to be asked too, but they never want to be answered. But yeah, just wanted to say that because we shouldn't stop talking about Epstein because it's I think in years to come, it'd be like clearly these survivors have been just left, and that's just it's a sickening thing. It really, really is a sickening thing. And the fact of the matter, nobody's ever going to be prosecuted, and nobody's ever going to be held to account. And that's the worst thing of it all, that none of these rich and powerful people are ever going to face justice for their actions. But if you don't pay your revenue tax, or if you don't pay your TV license, you'll face justice. But these people that are rich and powerful, no, they'll never face justice. That's just the sickening thing about it. There's words for thee, but not for they. Now, just moving on to another thing, everybody be happy to hear this, that the Dáil is back early next Friday. They're back from the summer holidays. They had to be dragged back from the summer holidays. Reason why, because of course they're talking about the fuel thing at the moment. And they're going to not have the fuel excess go up after the beginning of September. And then there was supposed to be another one in October. So that's basically been pushed back. They're not going to go ahead with it because let's be fair, there would be holy fucking hell kicked up if they did go ahead with it. So they kind of knew they were fucked if they did put it up. So that's why they're not going to put it up. But of course, they have to give up a few days of the summer holidays to come back early because they need to vote and etc. So it sucks for them. Poor Micheál Martin, he wanted to get off to fucking, I don't know where he wanted to go to. He wanted to go to Spain, sit on the beach somewhere, but unfortunately he can't do that now. Oh, is it the video link, Dáil? No, I think they have to go back. Like they would have to do. I don't think there's ever was a thing that could vote. Like they have to vote in person, because it is a vote. That's the reason why they've been brought back. I don't think it's a video link now. As far as I know, maybe some of them are, but I don't know. Because I presume if you're voting, you have to be there. You have to be there to claim expenses. So they're going to be there because they can't claim expenses if they're not there. So they have to be present to claim expenses. Micheál, yes, all embarrassments, indeed. So I'm sure people are seeing this too from the UK government to do with the asylum seeker pamphlet. Basically telling asylum seekers not to rape people, not to kill people. Shocker. This is basic stuff, and you have to tell these people in a pamphlet, you shouldn't probably rape people. You shouldn't probably attack young women. You probably shouldn't sexually assault women underage or even any women at all. So this all was released, probably spent €1 billion on making these pamphlets up in England about the most basic stuff, child abuse, etc. And these people shouldn't probably be in the United Kingdom and in the Western world if they don't understand these things. And then there was to do with women's rights, etc. Women has the right to work, go to school, etc. There's some asylum seekers can't get over that women can actually live their lives in this country, in the Western world, financially too, of course. But yeah, so crazy to see like how much the UK government spending this, the Home Office. It must be millions because they're literally putting out pamphlets. And let's be fair, majority of these asylum seekers probably can't read English. First of all, they probably are in different languages, but I think they're wasting their time because in every article I have a video released on it. But it says you could lose your asylum claim. You could. You're not. And the same with when they talk about abuse of women, etc. You might go to prison. You might go to prison. Not saying we will send you to prison or we will deport you. We might. Not very tough language. But it's a disgrace. But it just goes to show these people shouldn't be in the Western world if they don't understand the stuff, because it literally is the bog standard stuff in them. It's like it's not reinventing the wheel. It's literally just behave in the Western world. This is a different society than what you're used to. Behave. That's all it says pretty much. So it's crazy that we have to even that has to even be put out. But yeah. So a lot of people have talked about this, and this is to do with the trolley service, to do with basically the trains in this country, to do with particularly Dublin to Galway. They have a tea trolley, going about on the train, and like the Irish Rail, Twitter account, etc., is literally having this up like it's the fucking second coming of Jesus Christ. And I kid you not, like they literally take this as the second wonder of the world. I literally don't even, I'm not even kidding you. Like a tea trolley, like the way they're going about this, Irish Rail and Transport for Ireland, etc. You think this was literally the breaking the fourth wall here, the building, I don't know, the building that fucking, I don't know, God knows what the building, but you know what I'm trying to say, that like it's literally something like the third coming of Jesus Christ, the second coming of Jesus Christ at this stage. And this is only a tea trolley. And there's countries literally in England and in Finland, etc., that have their own, like literally have beds in them, like in the trains, and their own restaurant cart and their own dining room, etc. And we're on about, they have a tea trolley. And literally freaking out over this. The Irish media literally like, it's the tea trolley. Like it's fucking powdered head stuff. Like that's what it is. When you see this, like mother of God, like celebrating like, literally over a trolley. That's where we're at in this country. We're not getting a restaurant cart. We're not getting anything like that, but you're just getting a tea trolley and you will like it. You will have the tea trolley and you will like it. You will own a tea trolley and you will like it, as they say. But yeah, and the thing, this is the first world country, one of the richest countries in the world. And other countries like Finland, etc., that basically in debt at the moment can actually have a railway train with a cafe on it, with a restaurant, with beds on it and stuff. Like imagine having that in an Irish Rail here in this country. Like it's unimaginable, basically. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy just to see it, because you think it was literally the second coming of Jesus Christ, the way they're going about it. Like I kid you not, that's how much the hype the media was over this. And it's literally just a tea trolley, That's probably €10 for a cup of tea, just to say. Great country. Oh, the mayor of Galway, she's probably harping on it, but anyway, that's whole idea, probably. Yeah, Galway's just turned into, I don't know what kind of... Galway's just got mad the last few days. There was a woman locked in a hotel room, and God knows what else happened. There's other stuff that happened in the train station thing just back a week ago. Like, good God, everything must be happening in Galway. And then there was another sexual assault in Galway. So I don't know what's going on in Galway or what the fuck people are trying to do there, but people have lost their mind in Galway. But yeah, I don't know where the mayor of Galway is. She's nowhere to be found, and them issues. She's nowhere to be found. She's gone hiding somewhere. Don't know where she is, but she's not doing her job anyway, because people in Galway are getting terrorised, it seems. Yeah, there was a murder too, a supposed murder. A woman from Brazil. But we don't know yet. The Gardaí is saying that it's a murder investment, but I don't know that they have the suspect. Some people are saying it was a boyfriend, etc., but we don't know yet, I suppose. It's too early yet to say. So that's why I didn't say it in my post earlier on, because I didn't know, and I don't think the Gardaí knew. It's only the last 2 hours or so that it's been said that it's a murder investigation. But we still don't know yet what happened exactly. Who was it? So we have to wait and see, I suppose, in terms of that. But of course, the woman is dead. And she's only a young woman too, so it's terrible stuff. Unfortunately, probably was domestic violence stuff, so I don't know. Yeah, so a lot of people say Galway is good fun, but I don't know. But nowadays, it seems like fucking Detroit or something. That's what it seems like. Because literally everything I've seen from Galway in the last 2 weeks, it's somebody been attacked. This is happening. So, and it's more than usual, basically. But I don't know what's happening in Galway, but everybody probably should stay away from it, is what I'm trying to say. Because literally every 5 minutes something's happening. Something bad is happening. And the Gardaí know where to be found, of course. So yeah, we have good news too from County Wexford. Some good news for a change. Our good friend, a CEO of Facebook and Meta, has bought a castle in County Wexford for €35 million. Now, what the fuck does he want with a castle? And why the fuck is he coming here? God only knows. But he's here anyway. So great stuff. We have new neighbours. New neighbours. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm just doing something. Where was this? Sorry, looking for something. This was something I was going to mention, but now I can't find it. Typical. Oh yeah. So yeah, I seen this just literally. This is 2 days ago. I don't think I brought it up in the live stream, but yeah, at the moment in time, there's thousands of people in their 60s, based in their late 60s, that are at risk of losing their house because of mortgages, because of other stuff too, because they can't afford to pay the bills. Because obviously, if you've been in the old age pension, etc., you don't get much at the end of the week. So a lot of older people are struggling to pay the bills, and of course, these houses will go to asylum seekers. They're not going to go to only people, etc. When they when they throw the old people out to the street, they would give it to asylum seekers. That's the plan, anyway. I think because there's no other way why they would do it. There's no other way why they would kick them out in the 60s. But of course, the state doesn't give a shit. Maybe they will when the election comes about, because obviously the only people that vote for Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael is the people in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. A few years back, maybe so, yeah. No, like it's an old Irish castle, like it's the ancient castle. So I'm presuming maybe it's going to live there, like it'd be saying. I would rather the state bought it and turned it into a museum, but that's a bit too much to ask for the Irish state. Because the military museum, in Meath is closing down. Like the state won't buy it, the fuckers. Even though they could fucking buy it in the morning if they wanted to. They could build 70 of them if they wanted to. But they won't buy it, the cunts. Excuse my language, but they won't buy it. Like, you think the Irish state would buy it? It wouldn't kill them. It would only cost fucking a few tuppence for the Irish state, but they wouldn't do it. So it's great stuff, the Irish government. Yeah, it's a huge castle. It's massive, yes. Now, here's some good news about our good friend Simon Howes. I'm sure people have seen this. Now, I don't know how Simon Howes is going to do this. So, Simon Howes' aide mocks teachers as woke shy and the public as racist and far white, just to say too. And he calls basically Donald Trump a moron. He calls Prince Harry a snowflake. So he's basically going rogue. It's a great way. Of course, this fellow's on 200 and something thousand euro a year. This aide, so he's getting well paid. I do think we should probably take his pension off him. Maybe then he might shut his mouth a bit. But yeah, it just goes to show you how much. And this is what Simon Howes thinks. He thinks the Irish public are racist. They shouldn't be asking any questions. And the far right extremists, oh, how dare they won't give up their houses for asylum seekers? How dare they? And then the teachers, of course, they're going to be up in arms. And of course, calling Donald Trump a moron. Of course, Simon Howes probably thinks he's a moron too. So I'd love to see how that goes when he meets with him soon enough. And then, of course, he calls Prince Harry a snowflake. Which is interesting things to come out with, but yeah. So, and then he calls the public an idiot. Basically, that's what he's basically calling us. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's not going to go well for poor Simon. Somebody's going to ask him tough questions someday about it. Yeah, he's going to get his ice cream with 19 Gen to start with. But don't worry, Simon Howes will be well looked after. He'll be soon Taoiseach again. So I hope we're all looking forward to that. Simon Howes back in the job as Taoiseach. God help us all. So having Simon Howes back in the game. So yeah, great stuff. I'm looking forward to that. I've literally marked the calendar to tell me when he's going to be Taoiseach again. Said no one. Yeah, thanks, Dublin. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you later. I hope you have a good week, the rest of your weekend. We'll probably just chill for another few minutes and then we'll probably call it quits. I think that's a good lot, like a lot of information. I think we'll just chill. How does that sound? We just chill for the rest of the night. How does that sound? Because I think I've thrown a lot at just the last hour now. Sorry, I'm just looking through stuff here. Was something I was going to say. Where am I here? Sorry. So yeah, people see my community post about September. Did anybody see that? The 18th to the 24th. I know that's when Misha Air is on too. Misha Air, yes. It's on the same time as that. So I don't have any dates and times. I know a few people ask me about that, but I don't have any dates. But I don't have any times. Sorry, no, we have the dates, but we don't have the times. So no. Unfortunately not. Yeah, unless they release the remastered version of Call of Duty World at War, then we'll be in business. But not yet. I think the next game will be the Moomin games, like the Moomin game that's coming out next month, because it's only about 5 hours long, so it's not that long compared to Call of Duty. If you were playing Veteran, we could be here for 70 years. 70 years. 70 years. But yeah, at the moment in time, we're just basically waiting for that game to come out. What is this? Yeah, sorry. Sony basically saying we own nothing and be happy. Mighty stuff. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's you're right in that. Yeah. Mainly, I just never got around to it. That's the totally answer. Like I did see it that they did that, but if they do Call of Duty World at War, we'd be on it. We could be on Black Ops 1, but the Vitalians I just really couldn't be. What should I say? Even though I have time now for the next week or two, but I just couldn't be bothered because it's probably 700 gigabytes. No on Call of Duty and stuff, and it probably would take far too long for us to get through it because because we would probably have to play it Veteran and stuff, and it's just like chaos. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to send this to somebody. No, there's just a thing that just popped up, but they just send it to them. They were looking for the information. Now I have it. There we are. I just set that off. Sorry, apologies. That's what I was at because I seen it pop on my screen. What they were looking for. So I just sent it off. So yeah, any other news or anything? Because we're just kind of chilling for the moment. We're chilling. So I don't know what I'm going to do this week because this week I have basically fuck all to do basically because I'm not at work, etc. And of course I'm not on the dole or anything. I won't be signing on and stuff because I'll be starting college in 2 weeks' time. So there's not much point signing on. And I don't want to go near it. I don't want to touch to even go near the dole office. Yeah, JFK in the game, yes. Dummy phones. But just careful it's not a scam because if it's too good to believe it's not real, basically. That's the way I see it. I don't know about that website or anything. I don't know. Anybody know about that? Because I wouldn't know, to be honest. go climbing trees. I never actually climbed a tree. I don't think. Yeah, as far as I know. I don't think that would work out too well. I'm not a monkey, unfortunately. I would love to be a monkey, but no. It would be nice going climbing trees. Live life in the trees. That's it. I hate these ads. I hate everything.
When the sun rises over the sea.
There we go. A few more. Yeah, but just be careful. There's nothing shady about it. It is very cheap as well as for it to be done. But yeah, as long as he gets up, and that's the main thing. Because my fear would not never turn up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody else would probably get them. Yeah, I think something like that. They kind of are they? I've heard of them before, but I never went near it. Going to make a recommendation. What's the recommendation? Play Assassin's Creed. Use the smartphone for at least while I can't stand it. Can't stand them. Hate them all. So this is kind of like an old-fashioned phone, basically. What you're trying to say, like a Nokia. Like Jason with a Nokia could literally break the country. Only texts and calls. Oh, Jesus. Like, I used to have a flip phone with only text and calls, etc. But nowadays, you probably would, in the modern world, unfortunately, you probably need like a smartphone and stuff. But years ago, were good, yeah. For Torty, yeah, like Torty, about Torty's good enough value for that. Phone talk, yeah, no phone talk, yeah. Yeah, like Assassin's Creed 3 you're talking about, like I did say we'll play it at some point, but we'll see how we go this week, because I might have time to play it, but we probably won't finish it. Whenever I need it. Yeah. So I'm just reading through that there. Yeah, like if you're out and stuff, if you're out to go and say somewhere, it's handy to use. So I'm just making the community post. That's what I'm doing now at the moment. about it. But no, the last thing I just say, because we're probably going on in a few minutes. The last thing I say is to do with Monaghan next month. So yeah, I'd be in Monaghan basically. I'd be stuck in Monaghan for a long time, until December anyway. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to be stuck in Monaghan from the 18th to the 21st. So I'm going to be a good bit around Monaghan, mainly Monaghan town, probably other parts of Monaghan too, but mainly it'd be Monaghan town I'll be in for a lot of the time, from the 18th to the 21st or so. So if anybody's around Monaghan town or uh, wherever I be, I don't know exactly places where I'm going to be yet. I don't know times. I know the dates, but I don't know the times and stuff. But there'll be a good lot of events going on, etc., for the EU presidency in Finland, etc. So yeah, there's loads of castles everywhere in this country. Cardiff, yeah, like somebody said to me to go to Cardiff at one stage. I always have to go to different places in Ireland. I go to Finland, but I never go to places in Ireland. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I'll be in Monaghan and around them dates. Now I know Misha Era's on that time, and loads of people are Misha Era. So it's just bad timing, I guess. But yeah. But if anybody wants to know anything, I can tell them a few days before. Because I probably only know a few days before myself. So, there you go. In-depth history. Oh, Jesus. Are you writing a biography or anything? Essay, sorry, that's the word. Yes, the 19th, yes. Like it's 18th to 21st in there. Is it on the PlayStation Store? I don't know. I'm not on my PlayStation, but you know they can do it. Get it. I'm on my Xbox at the moment. I had to turn on the PlayStation. Also, we're just reading through Sony stuff. I don't know if anybody got the terms and conditions Sony just sent out. They sent it out yesterday. And basically, you don't own your games. You buy digitally. You have a license for your game. So you own that and be happy about it. Which is a lovely thing. How are you doing, Locke? How are you doing? Are you getting paid to promote Europe? Europe, like am I promoting Europe? No, mainly I'm only promoting Finland. I'm not promoting Europe now. Jesus, we're not that far. No, I'm not getting paid. I'm the only one that's not getting paid. I'm the only one that's not getting paid. That's the real answer. Everybody else is getting paid to do it. I'm only doing it for the goodness of my heart, basically. Not at all. Yeah, we see how that goes. But maybe Xbox won't. We see Xbox might do it, not do it, because let's be fair. Everybody's going to fucking boycott Sony into the next century, you know. So probably Microsoft would be the best interest for them to say, you know, we're going to keep the digital game, like the games, you know. Oh, you're off already on like I can see you later. Yeah, but no, I'm not getting paid just that, so you know I'm not getting paid at all. And it's just Finland. It's not so much like I'm not promoting Latvia into that. It's just Finland, mainly because I'm the only one who kind of knows anything about it. Far Cry 3. It is actually. It's backwards compatible PS4, yeah. There's actually a deal on it at the moment. I don't know if you want to get it. I think it's $7.49. But to be totally honest, I wouldn't really give them like the digital for. I really wouldn't pay any digital for nowadays, and for Sony. Played the weekend, maybe. I played Far Cry 4 before, yes, but let me just see. Sorry, I'm just looking at things here. If you're stuck, I don't know. I don't know. I'll see how I get on maybe the week. I see how I get on. Because I don't know how long is Falco Tree, you know? Yeah, like we're not going to 100% it anyway. I don't know. I kind of want to, but I don't know what it. We see. I don't know. To be honest, I kind of want to, but I don't know what it. Um, yeah, like I played it before and stuff. I finished it before too. I had to be careful with the ending and stuff. Um, but yeah, no, we see. I don't know. We might do it. I don't know. Um, um, I see. I won't know until Monday. You know. Yeah, I see. I don't know. Decided that was Assassin's Creed maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think it's just backwards compatible. But it's mainly that I might only get a chance to play it once or twice, and that'll be it. After that, if that makes any sense. Like with the movement game that we're talking about playing next month, it's only about 5 hours long, and then we're finished with it basically. Um, like they're very short. That's why we always go with short games, because if we're playing long games, we never would be finished. Um, like for example, I always wanted to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but that's fucking nearly 200 hours long. Like if you're doing everything, the DLCs, etc. Like I would go mad, basically. Like it'd be different if you were here all the time as a YouTuber. You're just here all the time. Yeah, there's another movement game coming out actually next month. Literally, when we come back from Monaghan, that'll be on it. You were asking something about Monaghan, actually. I want to tell you. Strokes Town up there. Is there a castle in Monaghan? I actually don't even know that. The more you know, probably they can do. I don't know actually. It's still a castle in Monaghan. Maybe I'm just being an idiot. Monaghan, because there's none in Monaghan town, as far as I know. Like this hotel is called the Castle thing. Compatibility. Round Tower. There's that's the one in Clonus you're talking about, yeah. What do you call it? Yeah, there's a Round Tower in Clonus. Oh, you mean like the hotel? Is that what you're talking about? There's a Castellita estate. Yeah, that's in Clonus. Like the hotel you're talking about, Fiona. I don't know what. I don't think we'll ever be up there. Like it's not in Monaghan town. It's kind of the out. Is this what you're talking about? This that kind of thing. Because that's the only thing that's come up for me. The Famine Museum, that's in Dublin, I think. There's no Famine Museum in Monaghan, anyway. As far as I know. Yeah, it's in Dublin. Strokes Park, you're talking about. Strokes Park in County Roscommon, is it? Roscommon. Yeah, it's in Roscommon. Yeah, we did. I do remember Far Cry 5. We did like a shotgun only stuff. Yeah, we played a lot of Far Cry 5. Yeah, we played Far Cry 4 too back in the day. Way back in the day, and we played Primal too. So. It has potential, yes, but no, this is a hotel, luxury hotel, so maybe so. Yeah, it's Roscommon. Yeah, that's what it's showing me there. Roscommon. So Roscommon's not Monaghan, as far as I know. Cougars, yes, Cougars emissions. Yeah, like it showed me in Roscommon. Mm-hmm. Sorry now, I'm just looking at something. Yeah, that's in Roscommon. That's the show, man. And then there's one in Dublin. Have a rivalry with Sligo. Jeez, we have a rivalry, everyone. We have a rivalry with everybody. Everybody, we're arguing with everyone. Because, everybody knows we're the best, so. A little surprising last night. Fritz from Love Island. So there's somebody from Love Island TV show in Cavan. Everybody's like, I don't know. It says Roscommon for me. So there's nothing in Monaghan anyway. As far as I know, there's a museum in Clone. It's like a lake museum, and then there's the Monaghan County Museum. And that's about it in County Monaghan anyway. Yeah, I've seen something like that he's speaking to. I've seen that pop up earlier on. There's probably going to be a good lot of people speaking. But anyway, that's it for tonight, lads and lassies. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. As I say, we'll be in Monaghan from the 18th to the 21st. Don't have times and stuff, but I'll just say to be that's when we'll be in and around it and stuff. But that's it for tonight. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night and the rest of your weekend. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll chat again. Hopefully, please God, Wednesday. So for the moment, thank you, and we'll chat again. Bye.